School Freeware's Visual Basic Express 2010 Tutorials. Tutorial 39. Copy and paste arrays. Section 2 of 2. EZInvaders Part 8. I have the computer set for one invader being hit, so I'm going to need a counter of those shot down as integer. So that way when the number of invaders shot down is equal to the number of invaders, we know that all the invaders are shot down and the game will end. So here within check hit, have it set here, and shot equals visible equal true. We need to tell the computer the invader is invisible. It's already been shot down, so we need another AND statement. And invader dot visible equals true. Then we know it's not been shot down, and we can allow it for being shot down. And of course, I'm going to need a for statement for me dot x equals 1 to number of invaders. Have the invader set to invisible. Right now, timer main. Let's move this to the side here, next to message box. Earth is saved, and we'll set shot down plus equals 1. Next. Okay. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and cut this code out. And within the timer, I'm going to go ahead and check to see if game over. So we have check game over. I'm just going to move the code down here. If shot down is equal to number of invaders, then we know that all invaders are hit. Now let's have the timer stop. We'll have Earth is saved, and now I'll go ahead and run and see if this works. No. Let's see, expression expected. True. So if invaders x.visible equals true, then we'll go ahead and run, and that's under check hit. So with that, let's go ahead and run and see what we get. So here they all come, and let's see if I can go ahead and shoot them all down and see if the game will end. Earth is saved. That's very good. It looks like we haven't looped there, so let me go back to check up on this. I see what the problem is. I put the check here under game within the for loop, and I probably should have it out. So I'll go ahead and do that, and now let's try this again. See if that works out better. Earth is saved. Only get one message this time. Close this down, and let me run again and see what happens if we just have a few invaders left. One in particular. Just let that one run. I'm going to miss it a couple of times. Maybe I should have it go a little bit faster, but I just want to see if it gets down to the bottom. If the game would end. Yeah, game over, Earth invaded. Now before we go on to a different technique of working with the invaders, one that's actually much better than this copy and pasting, what I like to do is try out moving the invaders. Instead of having them all lined up here at the top, I would like them to come in from the side as the application opens. So therefore we see the first one moving in and all the other ones following, instead of having the invaders starting off in this location. So what I'm going to do is go back to the code here, and under load invaders, what I'm going to do here is have another for loop for me me.x equals 1 to number of invaders. We'll set invaders x dot left is equal to, since they're 50 pixels wide, 50 times x minus x times 5. And that should space them out. And let's see what happens. And it says game over, Earth invaded. And I see I have another mistake there. First of all, I have a mistake in here. And what I have here, I see that within this loop, what I'm going to have to do is exit out of the loop. So I'm just going to put in, after the timer is enabled equals false, I'll just put in me.x is equal to num of invaders. Let me go ahead and run, and let's see if this thing stops. Okay, Earth is invaded, and I only get one error. But what is happening is all these invaders are hitting down the side because of a simple little error within the code. And you always have these errors as you program. So what I'm going to do is under move invaders, see here we have the invader drop. The problem is, if you take a look at the code, if the left side plus the width is greater than, like say, me.rectangle width, then we drop down. Same thing goes for the other side. If the invader's x is less than client rectangle.left, then what we do is we'll just simply drop down. The problem is that we set these things off to the side, so they're just going to keep on dropping down until they reach the point where the game is over. So what I have to do is make a simple little adjustment here with an and statement, saying and I write x equals false. Same thing goes here, and I write x equal true. So let's go ahead and run, and now they should pop off. There they come, like so. Beautiful. And I can go ahead now shooting him down. One of the problems of using this type of technique is that if we wanted to put in, say, 50 or 60 invaders, we would have to simply copy and paste 50 or 60 times, change the number of invaders, and then constantly add the invaders down here as picture boxes and so on. If we had 2,000 invaders, I definitely do not want to do that. So therefore, what we can use is dynamically adding invaders as necessary.